Right now, this morning, sentencing day for Donald Trump. Ahead, the former president faces a judge in his hush money case today. From quick breakfast fixes to smart dinner swaps, our Hy-Vee dietitian shows you how to eat better without the stress on this Foodie Friday.
Plus, more snow showers on the way with seasonal average temperatures in your forecast. I'll talk about that in just a moment.
This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Friday, January 10th. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. It's cold out there, a little bit slick in some spots, right?
Yes, and you have to be careful about that as well. So it's a possibility you could hit, as you already mentioned, black ice in some cases. We'll also hold on to the possibility of more snow on the way. And we're hopefully not getting any type of freezing rain right now. That was a possibility earlier this morning, getting into about the 2 o'clock hour, but that's now been taken out of the forecast. Holding on to snow showers, as I mentioned, a light chance to dusting all the way to about 1/10 of an inch or so. Then as we go into Saturday now, the forecast is going to change on us. Saturday to Sunday evening, we could see the possibility of more snow on the way. And we're talking about an 80% chance down to a 70% chance going into Monday, possibly as a 20% chance. Slick roadways, though, for your weekend. That's the big story here as we finish out going into your forecast. Then we take a look at what I've got going on for you now. We already know this is all going to transpire, but then take a look at this. This is the snow that's kicking out right now, the snow that's on the way through the Twin Cities currently, heading for the Mississippi River. There's another batch of that right behind it as well out there by Fargo. We have more of that moisture that's continuing to move into the middle portion of the country, and that's bringing in or ushering in a little extra snow possibilities. More snow down to the Gulf as well. As we finish this out, take a look what I've got going on for you. Current temperatures right now, we're looking at about 20s widespread, and then eventually you take the feels like temperature. Not much change in there. There's about a 2-degree change for Eau Claire. La Crosse was a little bit colder earlier last hour, but now it is back to just average as well. You're holding on to wind directions picking up a little bit. You can see some of the winds calming down just a tad, but they've been up to 8 miles per hour. They'll also start to see a little bit of fog out there right now, as you can see. So that's what's happening. When I come back, I'll have a forecast to give you a better overview how this shakes out for the day and into this weekend.
Thank you, Art. In a matter of hours now, President-elect Donald Trump set to be sentenced in a so-called hush money case in New York. Yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court denied a last-ditch effort from Trump to delay the punishment. CBS's Jared Hill breaks it down from New York.
As President-elect Donald Trump prepares for his second inauguration, this morning he's getting ready to appear virtually for his first ever criminal sentencing. This comes after the U.S. Supreme Court Thursday, in a tight 5-4 decision, rejected Trump's effort to block sentencing in his so-called hush money case.
Let's remember that these were nonviolent felonies, and in any situation, any defendant might not face prison time based on a conviction like this. But add into that we're talking about the past and future president.
Back in May of 2024, a jury of his peers convicted Trump on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, an attempt to cover up a $130,000 hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. New York Judge Juan Merchan has signaled he won't give Trump prison time or probation. Trump's lawyers argued sentencing should be delayed because it would interfere with the presidential transition. But the court order said the burden is relatively insubstantial and noted Trump could appeal through the standard legal process. The president-elect responded yesterday.
So I read it and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent.
In a later statement, Trump said he will appeal the case.
A federal appeals court in Atlanta rejected efforts to block the release of parts of special counsel Jack Smith's final report about Trump's alleged illegal efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The case was dismissed after Trump took office. The hunt is over for the man accused of 3 murders in New Lisbon. After more than a week of searching, Virgil Thu is in custody this morning. Police haven't said where Thu was found, but there was heavy law enforcement present near the Sparta-Elroy Trail on Highway 71 yesterday.
Yes, because at one point they said he was one place, another point they say he was another place. It says I got family around the area, you kind of worry, you know. I mean, if someone came to the house at night, I have to make sure nothing happened to them as they're getting inside the house because you never know.
The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says they'll release more information soon. When they do, we will pass it on to you. The name of the teen accused of killing and sexually assaulting Lily Peters is now public. 16-year-old Carson Petersberger faces several charges, including first-degree intentional homicide and first-degree child sexual assault. In September, the Wisconsin Court of Appeals ruled the case will be tried in adult court. A driver who allegedly killed an Onalaska elderly pedestrian pleaded not guilty yesterday to homicide charges. Prosecutors say 40-year-old Megan Urch was looking at her phone when she struck and killed 83-year-old Darlene Wozni, who was crossing Main Street last September. Urch faces 1 count of homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle. A psychiatric hospital release is approved for one of the girls in the Slender Man stabbing case. A Waukesha judge says Morgan Geyser has completed her treatment 10 years after she and Anissa Wire attacked their 6th grade classmate 19 times. The girls, then just 12 years old, claimed they stabbed their friend to please the fictional character Slender Man. Both were found not guilty by mental defect. Geyser will now move to a group home under state supervision. A Holman man faces federal charges after police say he intended to sell meth. A grand jury in Madison indicted 33-year-old Tyler Beeler. Court documents show he had more than 50 grams of meth on him in August. If convicted, he'll face between 5 to 40 years in prison. At least 10 people are now dead as 5 wildfires surround Los Angeles. Officials warn the actual number of fatalities will remain unclear until investigators can safely enter fire-ravaged neighborhoods. The Kenneth Fire is the 5th to strike the county during the crisis. Officials say the Palisades and Eaton fires have destroyed at least 10,000 structures. The Palisades blaze is the most destructive in county history, despite improved weather yesterday.
Lowell's helping us focus some resources on getting containment around the fire. It's given us an opportunity to deal with that, but the scope and scale is so immense.
The county sheriff says about 180,000 people were under evacuation orders as of yesterday. 5 presidents gathered to honor Jimmy Carter at his state funeral in Washington. Nearly 3,000 guests filled the National Cathedral, from the Allman Brothers, who helped campaign for Carter, to world leaders who served alongside him. President Biden, who was the first senator to endorse Carter's White House bid, delivered the eulogy.
Carter's friendship taught me, and through his life taught me, the strength of character is more than title or the power we hold.
Following his Georgia service, he was finally laid to rest next to his wife, Rosalind. A Tomah daycare sudden closure, leaving parents scrambling for childcare. The Tomah VA ending its lease with Kids and Company this week, citing compliance issues. The closure follows serious allegations against the center. State records show a staff member allegedly grabbed a toddler's arm so aggressively it dislocated the child's elbow in November. In December, another employee was accused of lying on top of a 2-year-old during nap time. Parents say they're now struggling to find childcare, with most Monroe County providers already at capacity. La Crosse City leaders joining forces with Eau Claire to tackle homelessness. A new resolution from Councilmember Chris Woodard calls on state and federal governments for more resources, saying local efforts alone aren't enough.
They have a lot more resources than we have. They have ways that they can help out with regionalizing these services and better expertise in those areas.
It's been really rough the last few years. We've had an enormous amount of unsheltered folks. We've really struggled as a city to find the right tools with the right time in the right place that everyone can agree on.
Outgoing Mayor Mitch Reynolds also gave his final State of the City address. He highlighted a number of city initiatives, including Community Resource Unit, a team working together to respond to mental health calls in La Crosse County.
The success of this city and county co-responder unit is nothing less than remarkable. You can ask any field officer out there. CRU is critical for addressing significant mental health needs in this community.
Reynolds says La Crosse is providing the template for improving outcomes for law enforcement. Chris Kalo officially announcing her bid for mayor. The Common Council president recapped her more than 20 years of public service during her address yesterday. Her focus, she says, includes more state funding for struggling municipalities, affordable housing for young families, and keeping taxes low for seniors.
Seniors, I know you're stretching every dollar on fixed income, we are obligated to be as mindful with your tax dollars as you are with your household budgets.
The spring primary is February 18th. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, the Supreme Court set to decide the fate of TikTok this morning. The IRS's free tax filing software is ready for you to use today, and mortgage rates rise for the 4th straight week. If you're in the market for a new job this new year, how can you stand out among other applicants? Coming up, some tips to help you find the right fit. And five major fires now continuing to burn across Los Angeles County this morning. This is a live look at one of them. The devastating Palisades fire has now destroyed nearly 10,000 structures. Firefighters, they're battling. They're still working alongside strong winds and dry conditions. You see that as a massive blaze here in this live shot. Thousands of residents remain under evacuation orders, and we do know that at least 10 people have died. Officials do expect that toll to keep climbing. An ominous sight this morning. Stay with us. We have more news for you coming up just after the break.
Celebrate 2025 during Home Furniture's New Year's sale. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices like this queen bedroom suite for just $8.99 and this table and bar stools for $15.99. Start the new year in style during the New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale. One day only, Friday, January 10th. Stock up on Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, 3 for just $1. And Campbell's Chunky Soup, 4 for $5. Jack's Pizza, 4 for $10. Boneless top loin pork chops, 5 for just $4. Sara Lee Honey Wheat Bread, just $1.99. 7-Up, just $2.99. We've packed this sale with savings so you can pack your pantry for less. Save in-store and online during the one-day sale. Friday only and only at Hy-Vee.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now with Skyrizi, I'm all in. Thanks to Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many even achieved 100% clear skin. Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today.
The dentist will be right in.
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Yeah, Doc, but there's so much to consider. Medicare, finances. Oh, and I lose my dental insurance.
You can get your own from Physicians Mutual. Easiest decision ever. It's real dental insurance that's real affordable. Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. One of the easiest retirement decisions you can make. For a free information kit, call now. This dental insurance helps cover over 400 procedures. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. See any dentist you want with no deductibles and no annual maximum.
Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
To get your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Ring in 2025 with our New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to 10% off sale prices on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. This Jewel Plush Queen mattress is $759, and this Eden Plush Queen is $1079. Celebrate the New Year's mattress sale at Home Sleep Express.
All right, snow working out of the area here slowly but surely, but another batch is on the way for the form of light snow showers getting into the forecast. You're going to be holding on to this as we go through the morning hours and into the afternoon as well. Above seasonal average temperatures, you've got a trace, possibly a little bit of dusting working into the forecast as well. About 1/10 of an inch we could see possibly for today. Light snow comes in for Saturday, and that continues all the way into Sunday in the evening hours. Now, possibly what we're looking at right now, the winds are backing off just a tad. You're seeing them pick up. They were up to 10 miles per hour down. They're down to about maybe 7 to 8 miles per hour. Friday, we're holding on to this 1 o'clock hour. As we go to the wind gust tracker, you're going to see the winds tick up a little bit as we go into the evening hours, so your evening commute as well. So from the morning all the way into the evening, you'll see some of that into the afternoon as well. So by the way, we've got some fog out there. Low cloud activity because of the snow, low hanging cloud cover that continues to work in. No, it's just patchy right now, not looking at any dense fog. Current temperatures for you currently are in the 20s, widespread. As we get into it, the feels like temperature is pretty much similar to what you're looking at. But once you get into the Friday forecast for La Crosse, you're seeing snow popping back into the picture. It's like a 20 to 30% chance in the forecast. And as we go right into Eau Claire, you're seeing the same, about a 30% chance to finish out going into the afternoon, possibly by the noon hour. Then it begins to break down. Kids going to school today, you're looking at 25 degrees at 7 a.m. By 3 o'clock, you're looking at 30 degrees out there. So a short thermometer for everybody. Eau Claire getting into 23 for the 7 a.m. hour. By the afternoon, getting to 3 o'clock, you're looking at possibility of snow, and it's 27 degrees for you. Get out there and have a great day. Be safe.
In your consumer news, the Supreme Court takes up the TikTok debate this morning. Justices will hear arguments on whether Congress can force the social media giant to sell to an American company or shut down entirely. The high-stakes First Amendment case comes just days before a January 19th deadline that would ban the app in the U.S. Macy's is closing 2 Minnesota stores as part of a major nationwide shutdown. The retail giant will shutter 66 locations this year, including stores in Burnsville and Maplewood. The company says the closures are part of a new strategy to boost profits. No Wisconsin stores will close. Some house hunters may want to put your search on hold for a little longer. Mortgage rates are still on the rise. According to Freddie Mac, the average rate for a standard 30-year fixed mortgage was 6.93% for the week ending January 9th. This is the 4th straight weekly increase and the highest rate since May of 2024. Many economists say they expect mortgage rates will stay above 6% through 2026. Job openings are a closely watched metric of how much demand there is for labor. So if you're in the market for a new job, how can you stand out among other applicants? In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has some tips for you.
If you're in the market for a new job, there's some good news. Experts say hiring typically picks up at the beginning of a new year.
The trend is typically that there is more activity that happens in the beginning of the year for a few reasons. Organizations have new year, new budgets.
Dawn Fay works at Robert Half, a business consulting firm. They recently conducted a survey asking companies about hiring trends. 63% of respondents say they plan to add new permanent positions in the first half of 2025.
We think the market's going to be active.
Fay recommends keeping your resume updated. That way you can apply as soon as you see an opening. And networking can go a long way, even if you're just reaching out to someone on a networking site like LinkedIn.
A referral usually carries a lot of weight when an organization is looking to hire.
When you do get the job offer, it's important to know how to negotiate a salary and research the average pay for that position.
Practice those negotiations with a mentor or good friend that's in the business community so you get some practice before you actually negotiate your salary with a potential employer.
They also suggest negotiating things like a hybrid schedule or more vacation time. And be open to contract work. It could lead to a permanent job in the future.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over now to News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett. He has a look at our forecast.
All right, Alexander, we have winds coming out of the northwest. We also have mild conditions out there right now. Eventually, we'll see the snow that's ticking out, giving way to more snow that's working in, crossing the Mississippi within the next hour or so. You're looking at conditions to play out like this, holding on to at least, as we go through the day, about 25 to about 32 degrees for your highs for the day. We'll also hold on to above seasonal average temperatures. In some cases, we're about 30 degrees we're expected for today. Snow possibly coming back into the forecast, crossing the Mississippi, getting into La Crosse possibly by the noon hour. Then we'll see that kind of work its way back up along I-94 as well as I-90. We'll see this continue to move into the 3 o'clock hour, then break off going into your evening commute. By the time we get into the 7 o'clock hour and the commute is done, that snow is out of the area. We'll hold on to teens and some single digits going into possibly the overnight hours, but as we go into Saturday about 8 o'clock in the morning, we're looking looking at snow crossing again the Mississippi, getting into Ladysmith, Eau Claire, all the way down to La Crosse, possibly to Preston, and then stretching out, going a little bit more widespread by 3 o'clock. You're seeing that mostly up to the north, and some of that extending all the way down to La Crosse along I-90. That will continue to track that way and increase the snow widespread as we go all the way down to the south by the midnight hour. Now, that being said, take a look. I've got highs for you for Saturday. You're looking at least 21 to about 32 degrees, so another short thermometer again. Cloudy, near seasonal average temperatures, and the possibility of snow in the forecast is about a 30% chance. Here's the snow coming in for Sunday. It starts by Saturday night, going into at least Saturday, going into at least widespread through the day, and then by the afternoon or so, you're going to be seeing it break off as we go right into the 6 o'clock hour, and we should be done. Holding on to the zone forecast, I'll take you through it here. Some folks having a little bit of snow, some folks not, up along I-90. In fact, you'll see I-94 as well, picking some of that up as well. We'll continue to drop right back down to the central zone, getting into La Crosse, about 30 degrees today, and we'll also hold on to the possibility of more of that snow back up to the north. You get to Ladysmith, over to Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, as well as Augusta. That being said, the snow that we're trying to pick up for this weekend, as we go into it here, you're looking at least 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches, we'll call it that, to finish out the forecast. Then we see as we go into widespread temperatures above seasonal average as we go through the weekend. And once we get into Monday, temperatures begin to just plummet. We're looking at 10 degrees for your highs for Monday and Tuesday. There's also those below temperatures going into the early morning hours are going to be frigid. We're also looking at the possibility of getting into cold temperatures by Wednesday, and then mild temperatures return as we go into Thursday and into Friday. Have a great weekend and have a wonderful, wonderful day today.
Thank you, Art. Still ahead on your morning news. Is there a perfect time to drink your coffee? The surprising answer coming up.
Coming up in the Blitz, a rivalry renewed in Cooley Conference play, plus a ranked Minnesota high school team in action as well after the break.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 715-469-6907. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 715-469-6907. Again, that's 715-469-6907.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months, no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year sale going on now.
With winter here, our job hasn't changed. The First Warn Weather Team is always ready to keep you safe and ahead of winter's worst. And you can always get us no matter where you are.
Keeping you safe. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
The Blitz. Well, there's nothing like a good rivalry matchup on the hardwood. 7 miles and change separate Westby High School and Viroqua High School. Blackhawks and Norsemen doing battle last night. Both teams desperate for a conference win after slow starts. First half, Viroqua up 2 when Colton Peterson hits the defense with a nice ball fake as he rolls in the layup to go up 4. Home side shooting well from the outside as well. Benson McDowell matches his jersey number for that bucket right there. Defense was optional at times in the half in this one. Griffin Nelson rips the cords in the Norseman student section, loving it. Not much later, McDowell with the pretty stroke from the top of the key. Viroqua ties it up, but it was Westby's night. Pass is going to find Devin Nedland, who splashes one from downtown. He had 20 in this one. And then time winding down in the half, Nelson will fight through contact for the and 1. Norsemen pick up the 10-point win. Seneca hosting Weston as the Royals looking for their 9th win of the season. Dawson Davidson turning defense into offense early in the first. And then Briar Wall sending a pass inside to Reggie George, who turns in for the 2 right there. Great ball movement from the Royals in this game. Here they find a cutting Jackson Konachek on the baseline. Shortly after, Gage Wall finds Konachek on a 3-on-1 in transition for the bucket. One more for good measure. Wall going back to the well, finding Konachek again, getting the baseline lay-in a Seneca win, 94-50 at home. Over to Rushford Peterson we go as they're taking on Kingsland. Knights with a good start in this one. Parker Johnson gets it down low, kisses it off the glass for the point plus the foul. But then the Trojans came to fight. Caden Lay gets the rock in the corner and drills the triple. And it was no stopping him after that. The pass as Carson Johnson will connect on the floater. And later in the half, the Trojans skip the ball around. It finds the cutting Cole Thompson for the easy 2. And the 7th-ranked team in Class 1A in Minnesota puts up another one in the win column as they take this one 74-52. Fun times on the court as we inch closer to the postseason. Hope you'll join us for the first winter edition of the Friday Night Frenzy later tonight.
After 41 years of serving the Winona community, Holton's Jewelry is going out of business and closing their doors forever. Saturday, January 11th at 1 p.m. Save up to 81% off. Lowest prices on all fine jewelry store-wide. Don't miss your chance to save big at Holton's. Hurry in.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Ace. You overdid it on the loaded fries. Undo it with Pepto Fast Melts.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
NyQuil Vapor Cool?
It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks Vapors.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free foam flakes? I love these free foam flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's where you'll find incredible savings on closeouts, floor samples, and overstocks. Sofas from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers, casual dining from John Thomas and Cannondale, bedrooms by Canal Dover and Daniels Amish, and the area's best selection of quality leather from Stressless and Lazy Boy. It's all in stock, ready for immediate delivery, and all at real savings. Hurry in for the best selection during the January clearance. It's on now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Hi, my name's Tom Hammes. I work for Maxwell Whitewater Conditioning. We want all of our customers to be as informed as possible, so we present an agenda at every call that we go to. We're going to look at the equipment. We're going to give their whole system a thorough evaluation, and then we're going to come together and put some options together to help solve their problems. We'll go down, do the work, clean up, make sure everything's working, go through everything with the customer, show them how things operate, and at every single call, it is our utmost goal to provide a 5-star customer experience for every single trip out.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale. One day only, Friday, January 10th. Stock up on Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, 3 for just $1. And Campbell's Chunky Soup, 4 for $5. Jack's Pizza, 4 for $10. Boneless top loin pork chops, 5 for just $4. Sara Lee Honey Wheat Bread, just $1.99. 7-Up, just $2.99. We've packed this sale with savings so you can pack your pantry for less. Save in-store and online during the one-day sale. Friday only and only at Hy-Vee.
After 41 years of serving the Winona community, Holton's Jewelry is going out of business and closing their doors forever. Saturday, January 11th at 1 p.m. Save up to 81% off. Lowest prices on all fine jewelry store-wide. Don't miss your chance to save big at Holton's. Hurry in.
News 8 Now Sports. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, as we lay to rest the longest living U.S. president, Jimmy Carter's death is bringing to light a common misconception when it comes to end-of-life care. Experts say many believe hospice is called in only to help people die, but that's not always the case. Mandy Gaither explains.
680 days. That's the time that passed from the announcement that former President Jimmy Carter would be receiving hospice care at his home in Georgia to the day he died.
Hospice care isn't just about dying. It's about living well for as long as you can.
Dr. Lindsay Yulin with Massachusetts General Hospital says to qualify for this type of care, a patient usually is certified by a clinician who determines there's 6 months or less to live.
So it's not the end of life on the brink of death when someone can start receiving the benefits from hospice care.
Yulin says she's seen firsthand how hospice care can actually allow some patients to live longer, and she says that's backed up with research from multiple studies.
On average, for people with certain types of cancers and heart failure, those who received hospice care actually lived an average of 29 days longer than those who didn't.
To receive hospice care, Yulin says a hospital can put in a referral. Others can be referred by a primary care physician. And she says many times people can also reach out to hospice agencies in their community. And she says it can also help the families of patients too.
Many people are surprised to learn that hospice care includes up to 13 months of free grief counseling after a loved one dies. And that can be really comforting to people and their families.
The doctor says that even if you don't have a loved one who received hospice care at a local agency, many times there are community-wide events and bereavement counseling that are accessible through local agencies. If you're sipping your morning coffee right now, some good news for you. Researchers say early morning is the prime time for that cup of joe. New research shows when you drink your daily cup could be the key to all those health benefits, from protecting your heart to fighting diabetes. Scientists say the timing matters more than whether you take it black with cream and sugar or even with your genetics. A disturbing discovery in our water supply: new forever chemicals linked to prescription drugs. Researchers say these toxins are slipping through treatment plants and flowing back into our drinking water, even with advanced filtering systems. The study estimates 23 million Americans could be exposed to these chemicals from wastewater alone. Bangor High School students getting some real-world auto shop experience thanks to a local bank's donation. First National Bank of Bangor providing new tire equipment for the school's automotive program. The tech ed teacher says students are already putting the tire balancer and changer to work, learning skills they'll use in their future careers.
They've gone someplace and they've come back from the weekend and they said, yeah, we had a flat tire. We knew exactly what we had to do, and we followed all the safety things, Mr. Credeva. We put the blocks in front of the tires. We did exactly like you showed us, and everything is good. And so when I hear that, it makes me feel like we're doing something right.
Important skills to have. Most of the students have performed maintenance on their own vehicles, like you heard the teacher say there. Well, time to check your tickets. A winning Powerball ticket has been sold at a Wisconsin grocery store. The Wisconsin Lottery says a $50,000 ticket was sold at the Boston Festival Foods for the Wednesday night drawing. The ticket matched 4 out of 5 numbers and the Powerball. Wednesday's winning numbers, you see them there on your screen. Players have 180 days from the draw date to claim their winnings. This is the 4th $50,000 Powerball winner in Wisconsin in the last 3 weeks. All right, maybe it's time to buy a ticket. And some weekend events to let you know about. Starting with local social media star Cody Green signing copies of his new book at Barnes & Noble at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Green shares his journey of working and thriving while living with schizophrenia. Bundle up for Winona's annual Kids Ice Fishing event tomorrow from 10 to 12. Experienced anglers will teach kids the basics of ice fishing with all equipment provided. And Minnesota's own Toby Shamu bringing his stand-up comedy to the Plus Saturday night. The rising comic is known for his sharp observations and unique perspective on life. Let's send it over now to Art. He has a look at our forecast.
All right, we have a little bit of visibility issues right now this early morning. Not much in the way of dense fog, but we're seeing widespread fog out there right now, and it is, again, patchy. We're also going to see this as we finish out, holding on to current temperatures, which are pretty much in the 20s widespread. We'll also see that the feels-like temperature is to be a little bit on the similar side to what your local temperatures are reading. We'll go into the afternoon as we'll hold on to cloudy conditions with a break in the forecast. We get in the afternoon, you're looking at least partly cloudy skies, then going back to at least mostly cloudy skies to finish out the better part of the day. We'll carry out as we go right into your local forecast for Eau Claire, where you're seeing the snow possibilities moving into the picture as we finish out the morning hours into the early afternoon. Then we load the clouds back up again after the skies are depleted just a bit. We'll go into 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock at least with cloudy skies for the kids being picked up today. And then eventually by 4 o'clock we're back to at least mostly cloudy skies, going into at least some fluctuating clouds to finish out your evening commute. That being said, the La Crosse forecast, as you can see, 25 for the morning and also 30 degrees going into the evening and overnights under cloudy skies. Possible for Eau Claire, holding on to cloudy skies for the better part of the day. That's a look at your forecast. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Dwayne is turning 88 years old today. He's always funny and busy, and he also loves being a great grandpa.
Happy birthday to you, Dwayne. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload the photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
If you're looking to reset your family's eating habits this new year, get some insider tips from a pro who makes healthy changes stick, coming up on Foodie Friday.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Does Random Starship Mortgage sponsor your kids' t-ball team? I doubt it. Firefighters Credit Union is a strong, reliable lender that has been a proud member of the community for nearly a century. Trust Firefighters Credit Union for your next home loan. Call Matt or Troy today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices during the New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
The News 8000 app. Get it today so you can have here.
All right, well, good morning to you. Away we go. If you're just joining us here, we have today above seasonal average temperatures, and we're also looking at the possibility of a little dusting of snow, so we'll call it a trace to about 1/10 of an inch possible to finish out the morning going into your middle afternoon. Icy roadways for the morning commute, not out of the question. You could see maybe an isolated spot or two of that happening, maybe a little black ice on the roadways. We're also looking at light snow for your forecast going into Saturday. That'll be Saturday during the day and then possibly going into Saturday evening or Sunday evening, and we should be done. We're looking at least 1 to 3 inches of snow on the way. How about this, though? We finish out today. We'll hold on to temperatures from 25 to about 32 degrees out there. It's going to be a short thermometer for everybody. We'll also hold on as we go right into it today, holding on to snow possibilities for the morning hours, working across the Mississippi, then popping over from Eau Claire all the way down to La Crosse. So we're talking about I-90 extending all the way up to I-94, possibly down to the south as well. Then we go back into it, same locations where you're holding on to at least by 3 o'clock, more snow filling in as we go into Winona, extending down to La Crosse, and then up to Ladysmith and Eau Claire. By the time we finish out the evening commute, we're seeing the snow track down to the southeast. It's pretty much done for everybody except for Boscobel and Prairie du Chien. We'll carry over into Saturday, going into the morning hours, possibly seeing that get in from Ladysmith, extending all the way down to Eau Claire and possibly to La Crosse. Then as we go right into the 3 o'clock hour, we're holding on to snow going a little bit more widespread up along I-94 and continues there, possibly extending down to I-90. Then we'll see it really stretch all the way across the state here as we go into the midnight hour for Saturday. And of course, that's going to show as we go into Saturday that we're going to be at temperatures around, say, 21 to about 32 degrees. So thermometer wise, we're going to be pretty similar finishing out the day all the way through the weekend. That's under cloudy skies as well. We'll also get into the forecast. We go from Sunday, we'll call it Saturday, all the way into Sunday. Sunday will be widespread snow as we get into it, and it's all day going into the evening hours. By around 6 o'clock or so, once that pops into the picture, we should be done holding on to that snow out of the region and moving away from us. We'll get into the region here, holding on to the zones, carrying down all the way into the south zone. We're looking at least Prairie du Chien, holding on to about 31 degrees today under cloudy skies. We'll take it up to the central zone, La Crosse, about 30 degrees as well, looking at partly to at least mostly cloudy skies for the better part of the day. Then we'll carry up to the north zone, Ladysmith at 27. We'll carry down into areas right by Chippewa Falls as well as Eau Claire, holding on to at least 27 degrees. The snow for this weekend as we finish out, we're looking at least 1 to at least 3 inches of snow. Possibly Saturday could see about an inch of snow, so that's how we're getting that 3 in there. So we'll carry over to how this all plays out. We'll go into temperatures above seasonal average. By the time we step into Monday, man, it's going to get cold. Starting out in the early morning, temperatures for across at least getting into those minus numbers and finishing out going into Tuesday as well. So we'll get into cold start for next week with snow on the way, and then possibly drier conditions going right through the remainder of the week. Back to you, Alexandra.
It is Foodie Friday, and if you're one of the millions pledging to eat better in 2025, Hy-Vee dietitian Ruthie Chips has some menu changes that stick, because we've all heard weight loss starts in the kitchen. That's what they say, right, Ruthie?
That's
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Alexandra.
Happy New Year. Yeah, nice to see you. So tell us a little bit what we are talking about today.
Well, everyone wants to focus in January, and we want to really just take a step back and keep it simple. Okay. But keep it satisfying. So I've got some ideas for breakfast, for lunch, dinner, snack that will really kind of hit that tooth of tasting great, but also help you feel satisfied so you're not hungry and you're not craving other things. Okay. And part of the key to that is getting enough protein at each meal or snack. Okay. So we've got some ideas all laid out for here.
Yes.
Okay.
So Ruthie, what's going on with this right here, this plate?
Yes, the My Plate Art. Great question. This is really a simple approach, again, to healthy eating. So if you'll notice, half of the plate is coming from fruits and vegetables. And that's sort of a dietary visual goal. So if we're kind of achieving that, which most people have a hard time getting those fruits and veggies in, then we're going to be eating a healthier balance of foods. Certainly we have protein, we have healthy carbs in that picture, but 50% of the plate we're trying to make fruits and veggies. veggies.
Yeah. Okay. And this is every meal, right? Not just once a day, or
a general focus.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so try to aim for something like
Aim
that.
for
I like
that.
seeing it like that.
Yeah.
That really helps a visual
Yeah.
learner like me.
You got it.
And then you have some other stuff here too. So it looks
Yeah.
like you've got some egg whites over there.
Well,
some
let's start
fruit.
with breakfast.
Yeah.
So for breakfast, getting a protein source is great in there. And that, again, is going to provide satisfaction, good for your health, your teeth, your bones, everything. So I have some little egg muffins that you can make, or you can buy them ready to go at Hy-Vee. We have them in the freezer department with a bit of fruit, a banana, and then this is one of our dietitian pick of the month, and it is called Core Power. It's a really great, flavorful, again, satisfying, but not so high in calories or carbs. So it's got a good protein source. Lots of different flavors, strawberry, vanilla. So drinking one of those with this breakfast, I guarantee you'll feel satisfied.
Is it a little sweet?
It is a little sweet. It's naturally, there's a little bit of a sweetener in there, but it still keeps the carbs down, so it's lower sugar. It's also lactose-free and gluten-free for folks that are watching that. Yeah. So we're satisfied with breakfast. We move on to lunch, and I just grabbed a quick salad to go. You could make your own, but we have these ready at Hy-Vee. And to add more fiber, because that's the other key component, is filling up on fiber, so that we don't feel like, again, we're too hungry. Bean chips, which are a fun thing to throw into the picture.
Yeah.
And then as you're moving on to a snack, another pick of our month is called Too Good Yogurt. And it's a newer yogurt that has a real creamy texture. Again, getting into maybe tasting really like it's rich, but it's not so rich. It's only 70 calories, and it's got 13 grams of protein. So it's a pretty significant protein source.
That's
and I have an idea for an alternate breakfast, which is a smoothie, which will put that Too Good Yogurt into our smoothie in a minute.
Okay, great. And then dinner here, Hy-Vee can also help us with dinner, right, with these shortcuts.
We have lots of great meals to go, and you can eat right at the store as well.
Right.
But here I have a salmon portion with a whole grain rice and a vegetable. And to add more of those veggies, Art, so we're getting our 50%.
All right.
You know, munch on some
Munch on
veggies.
them.
I know it's carrot and celery, but hey, that's a way to, again, get those veggies in.
Get it in there. Yeah, a little bit of dip is okay too, right? If you're looking for that flavor. Okay.
Yeah, and you can do a yogurt dip. You can do a little light ranch dip.
Yeah,
so.
just a little bit for some taste. That's what I like to do. Okay, so now we're going to make an easy smoothie. What can you tell us about this?
Yes, absolutely. So with smoothies, and I'm kind of the smoothie queen, they call me.
Okay.
You want to start with a liquid. I'm using our Core Power to give us some extra protein, but you could use milk if you'd like.
Okay.
In goes some yogurt. So this is going to give us our creamy texture, and this is about 5 ounces in the portion. So there we go. And for the satisfaction, I have protein powder.
Okay, there's
and this
our
is
protein.
a vanilla flavor. It's performance inspired. It's from Whey, so it's a dairy source. And then all we need is a little bit of ice. And get ready, because it's going to take a bit of a couple minutes.
Oh, there's a
banana. And a banana.
Ice goes last, right?
Ice
so it
goes
doesn't freeze
last.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
is this
bottom.
the perfect order? We should be following
Kind of
this
the order. I use the liquid first.
Okay.
Here we go, gang.
Here we go. Woo!
Love it, love it, love
Lucy,
it.
is this all about moderation, what we're eating here for breakfast all the way through dinner?
It is, absolutely. Moderation is the key, and having those frequent meals. We don't want to skip meals, obviously.
Right.
So, or having a snack in between. Grab an apple, grab a kiwi, you know, have a fruit in between there, because we're trying to get those colorful options going.
Yes, get that fiber in there too, right? All
Should
right,
we
we're gonna
taste
taste
this?
it. Yeah, let's taste
Okay.
it. So easy. Some people might, be intimidated by making smoothies, but really you just need a few key ingredients and you're good to go, right?
They're good to go. Careful, it's
Great.
a little drippy
Okay,
there.
Here, I'll give you this one part.
All right.
All right, and then Hy-Vee how can Hy-Vee help us reach our goals?
Well, we do provide one-on-one counseling.
Thank
We
you.
have various different programs. We have also what's called a discovery call. So you can just give us a call or stop by and find out what we offer, and we can tell you more about what would fit. And something new this year is we're actually set up to accept insurance.
Okay.
So, like you go to see your doctor, you go to see your dietitian for nutrition advice, for expertise, and we can work with insurance plans.
Okay, great. We've got that information up there. We'll
Yep.
do a cheers now
Let's
to our
cheers.
new goals and our new year.
cheers,
Protein
cheers.
power.
All right.
Protein power. All right.
Got
Well,
it.
thank you for being here, Ruthie.
All right, thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Up on CBS Mornings, Tony continues to lead our team coverage in Southern California, where those deadly wildfires are still mostly uncontained. He gets a first-hand look at the damage with actor Milo Ventimiglia, whose house was just destroyed. We're also looking ahead to Wild Card Weekend with a profile on a Broadway clothing designer turned NFL seamstress. Find out why members of the Baltimore Ravens say her stitching helps give them an edge on the football field. And actor Peter Sarsgaard will be here to tell us about playing legendary TV executive Roone Arledge in the new movie September 5. We will have everything you need to know, and of course, more on the show. We'll see you at 7.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say. New year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. And we'll deliver and haul away for free. Shop store-wide savings as we continue to clear out inventory and make room for new styles for 2025. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
How did I ever miss this?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's approved to prevent migraine to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling. Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Get help right away for serious allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash, which may occur when taking Qulipta or days after. Common side effects include nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
It's that time of year. The chill is in the air. Are your floors freezing? Warm up your home with carpet from Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. We've got the coziest, most durable carpet for your home. Come in and check out our color options, styles, and patterns. We're happy to help you find just what you need to make your home warm and cozy. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
You earn trust by making a commitment and sticking to it and serving this community all day, every day. We work hard for this trust and love telling your local stories because we, like you, expect more.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. The hunt is over for the man accused of 3 murders in New Lisbon. After more than a week of searching, Virgil Thu is now in custody. Police haven't said where they found him, but there was heavy law enforcement present near the Sparta-Elroy Trail on Highway 71.
Yes, because at one point they said he was one place, another point they say he was another place. And since I got family around the area, you kind of worry, you know. I mean, if someone came to the house at night, I have to make sure nothing happened to them as they're getting inside the house because you never know.
The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says they'll release more information soon. Former President Trump facing sentencing today in his hush money case. The Supreme Court cleared the way for the proceeding, rejecting Trump's request for a delay in a 5-4 decision. The High Court noted Trump's concerns could be addressed on appeal. The judge has indicated Trump is unlikely to face prison time or other penalties that would interfere with his presidential duties.
It's a judge that shouldn't have been on the case. He's a highly conflicted judge, and they called for an appeal. So I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent.
Trump is expected to appear virtually, and he is appealing. He was convicted in May on 34 counts of falsifying business records over hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential election. The name of Lily Peters' accused killer is now public. 16-year-old Carson Petersberger faces first-degree intentional homicide and sexual assault charges. The Wisconsin Court of Appeals ruled he'll be tried as an adult. A Toma daycare set in closure, leaving parents scrambling. The Toma VA ended its lease with Kids and Company this week, citing compliance issues. The closure follows serious allegations against the daycare. State records show a staff member allegedly grabbed a toddler's arm so aggressively it dislocated the child's elbow in November. In December, another employee was accused of lying on top of a 2-year-old during nap time. Parents say they're now struggling to find new care, with most county providers already full. Former President Jimmy Carter was laid to rest in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. The private funeral followed a ceremony in Washington, where past, present, and future commanders-in-chief were on hand. President Biden delivered the eulogy. Carter died in late December at 100. Chris Kalo officially announcing her bid for mayor. The Common Council president recapped her more than 20 years of public service during her address yesterday. Then she spoke about what she would like to focus on.
Seniors, I know you're stretching every dollar on fixed income. We are obligated to be as mindful with your tax dollars as you are with your household budgets.
Spring primary is February 18th. Some weekend events to let you know about. Local social media star Cody Green signs copies of his new book at Barnes & Noble tomorrow from 2 to 4. Bundle up for Winona's annual Kids Ice Fishing event. That's from 10 to 12 tomorrow. Experienced anglers will be on hand to teach the basics, and all equipment will be provided. Minnesota's own Toby Shamu brings his stand-up comedy to the Plus tomorrow night. The rising comic is known for his sharp observations and unique life perspective.
All right, how about a chance of a little bit of snow showers working through the area today? We'll see about a 30% chance of that happening for the morning going into the middle, possibly to the late afternoon hours. Then we go into Saturday with possible snow coming in just before the noon hour or so, and then extending in through Sunday. And then we see that ending by Sunday evening, possibly. And a 30% chance for those areas up into areas by the north for Monday morning for snow. All right, so colder air is on the way after we have seasonal average temperatures as we go into the beginning of next week, so be safe and be ready.
Weenie Get, which I had to Google, a bad MF. Remember, go ahead, get creative, but please keep it clean.
The state of Illinois recently revealed they had to reject hundreds of vanity license plate requests last year, many for being inflammatory and or offensive. The Secretary of State took to YouTube, highlighting some of the not necessarily profane ones, but more like faux vanity is what he called it. You have a good job to get a vanity plate, weatherman or something like that.
I think those have probably been taken. But what about you?
I actually kind of wanted to get one, but I forgot when I went to the DMV. Well, I don't know what it would say, though. I don't know what it would say.
You don't want to tell everybody.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But I really don't know. Thank you for starting your morning with us this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Friday.